Hi guys, my name is English Born Idiot, and today we'll be talking about Black Ops 4, 5 years on. So yeah, we will be talking about how good it is, how good zombies is, how good multiplayer is, and I'm not going to be talking about Blackout because the one time I did try to get a game in there, it didn't go well. So we'll start off with my favorite mode, zombies, because if you didn't know, my favorite mode is zombies. I don't know how you don't know that, considering the fact that, all I play is zombie stuff on this channel. I don't play multiplayer. I only play COD Zombies. Well, when I play COD, I only play COD Zombies. I don't play the multiplayer or the campaign or anything like that. So, first of all, by the way, this is like background stuff. It's all bots and stuff. It's nothing too... Yeah, it's nothing too malarkey or whatever. So yeah, multiplayer, I did play an online match. It took a bit of time, but there is actually still an online presence, which is surprising considering this is one of the more controversial COD games. A lot of people don't like it. A lot of people love parts of it. Felt like it had a lot of potential, which it downed on. I personally don't like the fact that you had to use stim shots in multiplayer. I feel like that just wasn't needed at all. It just took away a whole equipment bar. It was not good. Like, it just took away a lot of stuff for the thing. I just didn't like the guns. I didn't think they were measurable. I can't think of the word, but they're not that, as good as Black Ops 3 guns or like other guns, Black Ops 2 guns, Black Ops 1 guns, even fucking before World of War guns or World War 2 guns, they'll be a lot more rememberable. I'm just gonna say rememberable, even though that's not the word, but yeah, they're a lot more rememberable than Black Ops 1, 2, or 3 guns. But Black Ops 3 guns were very memorable because it was a good game. Black Ops 2, Black Ops 1, and Black Ops 4 just isn't that. Because the only guns I specifically remembered were already in previous COD games, or guns that are just, like, needed. So, for example, the Strife, because zombies, and the Strife... The only guns I remember, and this is like just after I played zombies, by the way. I just played a game of zombies like right there before I'm recording this video. So the Strife, the ICR, the Swordfish, and the AN-94. That's it. Everything else I do not remember. To be fair, I didn't really use much. I just kind of used the Strife and I think the Winchester model thing, which I think is a zombies exclusive gun. But yeah, So, back on the multiplayer, I played a kill-confirmed game, and it was fun. I did alright for myself. I did okay for myself, which was like 15 kills to 9 deaths, which you're probably thinking, like, that shit, I can do, like, 25-0, and that's cool, but I'm not that good, if I'm being quite honest. At Call of Duty, I got to round 24 and 9, and I thought that was okay, and that's a very good round for me normally, but that just kind of shows the easiness of 9. Going on to that, I will be talking about zombies now. Now, the zombies maps, I only played 9 today. I didn't play Voyage, and I didn't play Blood, and I don't have the DLCs, so I can't talk about the others. But because I did play this years ago, but from my experience with 9, as long as you're not a fucking idiot, which I am sometimes, and do some dumb shit sometimes, you can easily do well in this. You can easily get to round 30. Like, all you need to do is train around the spawn area for a bit, and then just train around, like, the 2 temples for a bit, and then you can easily just get, like, tons of kills and tons of points. And if you're using the Strife, the Z Harmony that you get free for completing a few challenges, if you do that, you can literally get up to, like, just get the ammo from the wall buy, which is pretty good, and then obviously with double pack punch, it's just easy. I'll just say the game I was having. So I was playing 9. I was playing a Scarlet. I had the gun and sword combination thing as my specialist weapon, and I had the Wraith of Fire things, and the perks I was running was the Freeze 1, Stamina Up, Dying Wish, and Depth Perception, I think it's called. I don't know. But yeah, I was running that one, and Yeah, I managed to get all of them after a bit. It took a bit, and I did like take a few downs before I did get all of them, because I got them at like round 11, because I was prioritizing getting points and getting Pack-a-Punch open before I got that, which is a lot easier than in like you do not need to get all perks in this game. It is very easy in my opinion to get like guns in this, to get like perks in this game and just get points. You don't need it. Like if you want to do a no perk challenge, it'll be the easiest one to do it on. And yeah, I don't think yeah. But yeah, I don't think it's as easy as Cold War. I do think Cold War is harder. But yeah, it is. I do think 9 is a good map though. It is a good map, especially for beginners. You could definitely do there's definitely worse stuff to have with that. There's definitely a lot worse stuff to have than 9. And even in zombie maps that came before, I do think it looks very nice. I do like the whole aesthetic of it, and I do like the guns. I did well, to be fair, I already used the Strife and the ICR, the ICR was in the previous COD game, and Black Ops, well, in the previous Black Ops game, and the Strife is just a good gun in my opinion, especially with the stiletto knife. But yeah, it was fine. It's not bad, but yeah. Now, Blood of Despair, or Blood of the Dead, I did play a lot when I was like first starting this game, and I only really liked 9 when I found out about the challenges. I thought that was pretty cool. But from my remembrance with 9, I just thought it was, like, it's okay, I guess. I mean, I played Actual Mob before, and I much prefer that, to be honest. And by the way, this is like playing at a friend's house for like a 2-hour thing, so it's not like I've actually like tried to play it properly. Like, it's just a small bit of playing, because I don't actually have the DLCs for my Black Ops 2, because I never had the chance to. Also, yeah, and I can't get it on my PC, because fucking Black Ops 2 is 60 quid, and I'm broke. Same kind of stuff with this. But yeah, yeah, obviously I said a lot about zombies, but now onto multiplayer. I'm gonna go back onto multiplayer for a second. As I said, I'm not gonna talk about Blackout because I tried to get into a Blackout game, but it wouldn't let me. Also, why would you play, and the question would be, why would you play Blackout when you can play Warzone, or Warzone 2, or Fortnite, or any other game that has a Battle Royale style feel to it? Why would you play Blackout, is the question. And yeah, so on to multiplayer. I don't think it's the easiest multiplayer. I think that goes to Cold War. Same with zombies. Cold War is the easiest COD in my opinion, especially when it comes to multiplayer. Because like when I started Cold War, I played it I got it for Christmas, like when it came out. And I just remember being very good at the multiplayer, like being top once every like 2 games or so. If not near, like most games I played, like top of the leaderboard. But in this, it's like I'm decent at it, but I'm not too good at it, It's like, it's okay, but it's not like I'm fucking railing everyone with my skill, which I don't really have, to be honest. And Cold War was again during a time where I didn't play multiplayer. I exclusively played zombies. So it's not like I went out of my way to just play multiplayer all the time. So it's definitely I do think it does have a I think Black Ops 4 got a pretty bad rap. It's not that bad, it's not as bad as Vanguard. I'm not gonna buy Vanguard. I've just seen and heard a lot of bad stuff about it, and to be honest, from what I've seen, it just doesn't look that good. It just doesn't look promising. But yeah, with Black Ops 4, I do think it is better, and that I do think it's like it's mediocre. I think it's a good first COD game, especially since it was free on the PlayStation Store when I think a few years ago. I can't remember how long ago it was, but like when it was free on the PS Store. I can't remember for the life of me. But yeah, it was free on the PlayStation Store a few years ago, and we pulled ahead. Yeah, And so yeah, if you did get it then, it would be a good starting COD game, because you can just zombie, like, if you're not used to the whole, like, because, like, yeah, if you can get used to the stim pack thing in multiplayer, you can get used to the thing in normal. If you can play, it's probably one of the easier zombies experiences apart from Cold War. And if you can get through that, plus if you can use mutations as well to make it easier, boom, there you go. You can go into harder. Well, I say harder maps, but like BO3, but compared to some of the other maps in the series, they're not exactly that difficult. Also another thing that I think, but okay, just in terms of like zombies and multiplayers, it's okay. But the fact that they didn't have an actual campaign, a proper one, killed it, I think. I think the lack of a campaign really hurt this game. And I know lots of people don't play COD for the campaigns anymore, but they just, like, think about the good COD games and look at their campaigns. The only good COD game that didn't have a good campaign didn't have, like, yeah, the only COD games that didn't have a proper campaign were Vanguard and Black Ops 4, and they're seen as the worst. Now, before that, Ghost didn't have one, but I think that campaign was pretty good. Advanced Warfare was pretty good. A lot of people didn't like Infinite Warfare. I did like Infinite Warfare. I think that was a good campaign, personally speaking. And yeah, but like the worst considered Call of Duties don't have campaigns. So I do think that is a huge hit to it. If you don't have a campaign, you just don't have a good COD game. That is it, I think. And yeah, I mean, yeah, like, think about Black Ops 1. Let's think about all the very most popular COD games. Modern Warfare 2, one of the best campaigns in ever. Like, one of the best stories in COD, and if not gaming history, especially around that time. COD Black Ops 2, good campaign. Black Ops 1, good campaign. Black Ops 3, I didn't like the campaign. I thought it was shit, to be honest. But it still had a campaign, an actual proper campaign, we should mention, with a story, even though the story is pretty bad. But yeah, and yeah. But Black Ops 4, it just had specialist things, and Vanguard had that weird select mission thing. Hell, even Cold War had one, and that was like seen as like an okay game. Obviously, a lot of people didn't like the campaign, but like zombies were easy. But yeah, that's a whole different thing. Yeah, I think it is. Looking back on it, I do think it was mistreated fairly, because it's not the worst COD game we had. There is a lot of negatives in there, but I do feel like compared to what we've gotten before, is it as bad as everything? Is it as bad as Infinite Warfare? Okay, I'm just trying to think which came out, like, the release of COD. This came out before, this was in 2018, before, right before Modern Warfare, in, 2019. So, Black Ops 3 came out in 2015, Infinite Warfare came out in 2016, World War II came out in 2017. So it came right after World War II, which people thought was okay. It was an okay, like, Black Ops 3 was great. It was amazing. It was probably one of the best received COD games in a while, because people didn't really, the only thing people didn't like about Black Ops 3 was, the fact that it, had the XO thing, which people didn't like from it in Advanced Warfare. People didn't like that. So like, get that out of my COD game, we don't want that whole futuristic shit. And then it's like, oh god, again. And then Infinite Warfare came out, and it's like, god fucking damn it, not again. Then World War II came out, which is the exact reverse of the exosuit thing, and they're like, okay, this is fine, it's okay, it's nothing great, but yeah, like, COD was already dying at that point, so it didn't help. Then Black Ops 4 came out? Yeah, so Black Ops 4 came out at that point, and it was just, okay. The zombies community didn't like Blood of the Dead, I think, or like, they didn't like a lot of the stuff at first. the fact that there was tons of bugs as well on release, and it took a while for them to fix it. The fact that you had to get to like 100, around 155, I think, on classified, just to get the Easter egg, which you couldn't do legitimately because of how bugged it was. And so the only the only considerable good game I think a lot of people thought was like 9, and to be fair, it is a pretty good game. And Voyage, I think, was, I don't remember what the discourse on it was, because that was like 5 years ago now, but I remember not a lot of people liking Voyage, thinking it was like shit, and then people thinking Blood of Despair was just like below average, and then 9 was the only actual good one, which I agree with, because 9 is actually fucking amazing, in my opinion. 9 is a very good game. It's a very good map, in my opinion. And I can do a whole video about why 9 is good. But, yeah. The Specialists, I will go into that. They were good. I did like the Specialists, and I did like that whole, like, thing about them, where they got their own kind of, like, special doohickeys with them, like with the barbed, like in here, I can't remember his name, but the dude with the barbed wire and the shield. I do think those types of things are actually pretty cool. It does kind of have a, like a thing, like it's like the Rainbow Six Siege operators, and it gives you a fact, like if, let's say you're playing like Search and Destroy or something, if you and your team work well together and actually, you know, communicate well with each other, you can build up something that can help you either plant the bomb well or defend against the bomb by either putting up barricades, putting up shields, whatever. You know, just doing all that to just actually, you know, just it's a good concept, and I do like that they put that in there. So yeah, and yeah, I mean, I think from what I played for it, it doesn't seem like a bad game. It's just not an overly good game. And I think that is where it went wrong, because after World War II and Infinite Warfare, we needed a very good COD game. We are not going to accept less than that. We weren't going to accept less than a very good COD game after fucking Infinite Warfare and World War II, which were considered bad and mediocre. The only thing people liked about Infinite Warfare, I think, was the zombies. I do feel like a lot of people liked it after a while. Like, it became a lot more like, it's like called Classic, I think, where it wasn't as popular when it came out, but now it is kind of like, it's garnered like it's garnered a fan base, I think. But yeah, but originally it was not seen on greatly, even though I did kind of like it. I think I liked the zombies. I didn't think it was that bad. But yeah. And yeah, I just think a better, if it came after like Black Ops 3, like right after Black Ops 3, or even Infinite Warfare, I feel like it would have been received a lot better. Cause like the only negatives I can see is zombies to an extent, especially with the DLC maps. The DLCs weren't that great, to be honest. Oh yeah, yeah, I actually do need to talk about the DLCs. That's something. I'll quickly go on about that for like a minute, and then we'll just end it off here. The DLCs in this map were awful, straight up, especially for zombies, because you needed to buy specifically the whole thing to get everything.
Laser wires up.
You needed to buy you needed to buy all the fucking, in this Black Ops Classic, that still costs €50 today, by the way. Even though this game was free on fucking PS Store, you have to buy this thing to get all the other things, apart from Classified, which is €8 by itself. And is it worth it for like a 5 remastered experience when you can just probably get, because if you go to the UK or Ireland, you can go to a place called Kex and probably buy, you could probably buy Black Ops 1 for cheaper, complete the campaign, and boom, you have Original 5. Which is like fair enough, and you can just play like you have like 2 maps for that price. It's like, yeah, it's a more difficult thing probably, but it's still probably better than Classified, I think. And then And yeah, so yeah, and then all the other bad maps like the Nuketown remake, Tag der Toten, I think it's called, you know, Alpha Omega Tag der Toten. Those ones were just seen as very poor. And then the Dark Ether, is it the Dark Ether story? I can't remember. But the other storyline was just seen as like meh. It wasn't really seen as that well. But yeah, that's all I really have to say. Thank you very much for listening, and I will make a video, if I haven't already, explaining why I've been absent for so long. So thank you very much for watching. If you have liked, please consider leaving a like, and please consider subscribing to the channel as well, because I will be trying to upload a lot more frequently than I have already. I probably will not live up to that, but we'll see. So yeah, no, thanks all for watching. Peace out.